Hey guys, I'm Rich from NeoWin. Today we're unboxing the Motorola One Action. So you can see the box right here. It's styled like Motorola's products usually are, all lowercase, which is fine, I guess. Now, the Motorola One Action is part of obviously the Motorola One series. And these are kind of specialty phones, which is a little weird. The only one I've actually seen in person is the Motorola One Hyper, which they showed me at Snapdragon Summit. So Action, it's meant to be very video recording friendly, and so that's the thing that you're supposed to be really into if you buy this phone. As far as video recording capabilities, it's 4K 30 frames per second or 1080p 60 frames per second, the usual. The camera is 16 mega. Oh, there's a 16 megapixel ultra wide, 12 megapixel wide, and then a 5 megapixel depth sensor. You can see you do have that triple lens sensor on the back. The front camera is 12 megapixels. Obviously, someone reviewed this unit before me. You can see there's bubbles under the screen protector and such. There's even a case, which I very much doubt that it comes with this case on it when you buy it. Many phones come with a case. Very few come with the case on the device. So we got probably some paperwork in here, a SIM pin, the usual stuff that comes with a phone. We've got a charger, which is USB Type A, adapter. There is literally no writing on this. Here we go. It is a 10-watt charger. And then the cable, of course, is USB Type A to USB Type C, which is very important. I don't see micro USB phones anymore, which is good for everybody. I think we can all agree. No one wants micro USB anymore. It's just that for a while, non-flagship devices were still coming with micro USB. So I'm happy that we're not seeing that anymore. That 10-watt charger, Motorola describes it as fast charging, although by most standards, it probably wouldn't be considered fast anymore, but it's faster than what used to be considered standard charging. That powers a 3,500 milliamp hour battery. Like I said, the front camera is 12 megapixels. Looks like there's a hole punch cut out in the display, and yep, if we boot it up, we can see that it is. It is an LCD, 6.3 inches, 1080 by 2520, so it's 21 by 9, which is actually quite tall, even compared to most phones today. Most phones are probably about 19.5 by 9, even 19 by 9. So this device, wow, that is tall. It looks almost a little weird here. So this thing's going to run you $349. And that $350 will get you a Samsung Exynos 9609 chipset. So it's not a Qualcomm Snapdragon or anything like that. And then it'll get you 4 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of storage. Now, like I said, there's a big focus on capturing video with this. So that extra storage, that 128, that's obviously a key part of recording video. So I get it. These kind of specialty phones are kind of interesting to me. I don't know that people buy phones based on one feature that they really want. Motorola has a very popular Moto G series, and that comes in at $299 was the price point for the Moto G7. Then they had the Moto G7 Power at $250, the Moto G7 Play at $199, and they've always nailed down the value proposition of a $300 phone. That Moto G series has always set the bar for that price range. Or it was really like $200 when it first came out, but whatever price range it was at, it kind of set the bar. And but it didn't focus on doing one thing well. It focused on doing pretty much everything as well as it could for that price. So this is interesting to me because it's almost like it's something new. So we're going to see how that goes, obviously. All right, so here we have this insanely tall phone. We'll just accept and continue. Motorola, personalize your experience, all this stuff. And next, and we're in. It didn't ask me to set up any Moto features. There's Moto, okay. Ooh, there's that jingle that we all hate. I don't know. I'd love to hear back from you guys if anybody actually likes that Hello Moto jingle. We can see it does have a little bit bigger of a chin on the bottom. That's common with LCDs. Let's open that Moto app. We can take a look at some of the features that Motorola phones come with. Okay, Moto Actions and Moto Display are what we get on this one. We have Peak Display. Interact with notification more when the screen is off. Oh man, that's annoying. Let's put on Do Not Disturb. Okay. So that's like an always on display, but it's not always on. It just kind of comes on and off, and it actually works pretty well. And you can actually interact with it, where you can see a notification, you could drag it down to the lock icon, and the fingerprint sensor is on the back, so you can actually unlock it. By the way, this color is called Pearl White, and it does come in a few other colors, such as Denim Blue and Aqua Teal. Let's take a look at what else we got, because Moto is actually pretty cool. I've always appreciated this app. Moto Actions, Quick Capture, twist your wrist twice to open the camera, fast flashlight, one button navigation. That's something that's, I guess it's kind of on its way out, but Motorola's had this for a very long time. But they were one of the first to do one button navigation on a phone. Huawei was one of the first as well, but now obviously it's built into the Android experience. 3-finger screenshot, lift to unlock, so lots of cool stuff. I've always felt like that Moto app has provided some decent features, like cool stuff that, you know, it's not bloating up the phone, it's not integrating itself into your settings app or integrating itself all over the device. It's just kind of in that it stays out of your way, and then you can turn it on if you want. You can see there isn't really any Motorola bloat. Motorola's always kept with a pretty stock experience. You know, let's see if there's any updates, because this thing comes with Android 9 Pie, and I would really love it. No, and the security patch level is October 1st, 2019, which is not great. Okay, so you see that hole punch does feel pretty big, but the big focus here, again, is the camera. So let's go through a bunch of pop-ups that are going to come up. I don't know why companies do this, but one day I'm going to include a pop-up section in my review, how many pop-ups I had to go through to use certain features. You know, so if we go to the video section, that's supposed to be what this is all about. Oh, and it seems to really want to capture vertical video, so that might be a big thing that happens here, and I don't love that. And then, okay, so you actually have to toggle to do standard video. So I guess the idea is that it's yeah, that's interesting. Okay, I'm gonna have to play a little more with that. I'm not sure what exactly is going on there, but it seems to only, no matter which orientation you're taking it, it's just taking up that chunk of the screen, which just feels kind of strange. But yeah, that's the action cam, and I guess it's for recording action. It's supposed to use a wider lens, and whatever. I don't quite get it, and obviously that's something I'm going to have to dive into a lot more on the review. So that's something interesting that we're going to find out about this device. It's a nice looking device. It's made of plastic, which shouldn't come as a surprise at this price point, considering that the Moto G7 is a similar device. There's no wireless charging. Also comes as no surprise. And that's about it. We got our USB Type-C port on the bottom. So there's a speaker grill down there. Do have a headphone jack, which is pretty cool as well. Although I really, back in the days of headphone jack, those days are behind us, I did appreciate it when it was on the same side as the charging port. Volume rocker and power button. Over here, there's just a SIM card slot. And that's about it. Now, one thing you might have noticed in watching this video is that I might seem a bit confused. And that's okay, because I'm very familiar with Motorola's Moto G lineup, the Moto Z lineup, even the Moto E lineup, because those have been around forever. Even the Moto X lineup, which The last one was like a couple years ago. They brought it back and then killed it again. But the Moto Z was the flagship for a while, and now it's sort of a mid-range. Motorola doesn't even really do flagships anymore. The Moto G is that value prop phone, the $300, and it's super popular for what it is. And then they started doing these Motorola One Action, just the Motorola One series, these kind of specialty phones. And it's a little weird to me because Motorola really covers every tier in the Moto lineup already. We have like the Moto E series is the entry level, the Moto G is the mid-range, the Moto Z is upper level mid-range now, used to be flagship. And so I'm not sure where something like this falls on the spectrum, because remember, Moto G has 4 tiers now. There's the Moto G Play, the Moto G Power, the Moto G, and the Moto G Plus. Moto E has 3 or 4 tiers. Moto Z, I think, only has 2. Well, Z3, there was the Z3 and the Z3 Play. Z2, there was the Z2 Force and the Z2 Play. I think there's just 2. I don't remember if there was a Z4, and then I don't know if there was another one. But everything's kind of covered. So we're looking at these phones that have like one really interesting feature on top of a mid-range device, and they're selling it for $349. So, I mean, obviously, it's okay to be confused right now. This is just an unboxing. This is my first, like, taking it out of the box. When you see me do an unboxing video, taking it out of the box is the first time I've laid my eyes on the device that you're seeing. So, you know, we're going to go deeper into it, right? So I'm going to spend a week or two, or at least 2 weeks with this thing. And there's going to be a deeper dive there. So stay tuned for that. I'm Rich from NeoWin. Have a great night.